And also Voltic, are we sure that he's Dark Senpai? Because if
Yeah, for
he is,
sure.
then BruTo is not playing, I guess. Because
Mm.
it's Fez, who is Ethan or Bruce PC. Then we have Lelouch VIB, who's probably gonna go bot lane. Then Nusa Yugnomo in the top lane, and Choco mid lane, and I don't know, Voltic is the fifth. So yeah.
For sure. And I think we just sorted out a draft. We're having a bit of issues, guys, with draft and just the usual Vainglory issues, but nothing
Yeah.
to worry about. We'll be getting to the series tonight very shortly. Don't worry. But let us know again if you've not already. What is your prediction? Is it going to be a 2-0? Is it going to be a 2-1 to which team, guys? Let us know. And I mean, talking about these teams, right? And we have Group B, yeah, and
Mhm.
we have Lavilo, we've got
Yeah.
Oswald, we've got BruTo and La Pasa Visto. Who are would you say the predicted favorites to get out of Group B right now?
I think that in Oswald's team, there are a lot of players that did so well in the Maximum Premier League, and they actually came second, only full to DVI. So maybe I think they are the favorites to win this group. And uh, behind them we have Lovilo who decided in his draft to go for both synergy and players, let's say, while I think that Le Pacifisto just wanted to go straight for synergy. I mean, he drafted almost a full Russian team. He's gonna talk in Russian in the voice chat, which is gonna help a lot. And so I think that it's gonna be a very interesting group because you never know how synergy is gonna help you. I played a 5v5 tournament with friends. It was like some for fun tournaments, let's say, and we made a full Italian team just for the meme, just to have fun, and we played actually a lot better than I was thinking we were going to, because of this synergy and because of the fact that also when you're in very in moments where you have to be really fast with your reaction time, and you have to decide what to do and how to shot call, being able to talk in your mother tongue is helping you a lot. Like your brain is relaxed, and also like communicating is easier. But we got into the draft finally.
We are into the draft, the
Yeah.
first game of the series tonight. Hooray! We have arrived, and it will be the Kinetic and the
fast
Lyra
bans
band
fast
off.
bans yeah, fast bans coming out of both teams. Kinetic, surely strong bot laner, and also Miho, two very different bot laners, both strong in their own way. I mean, Miho more going for assassination, while Kinetic is more like a backline sustain damage carry.
Mm.
We actually see that Kath is open, and best name of you and Beanie are hovering the Kath pick. And maybe, and
Yeah.
yeah, in the end, it's picked. So
Yeah,
Kath
definitely
picked up.
very interesting. I mean, Baptiste as well left open. Sanfeng as well, also
Yeah,
going to be picked up for the third pick.
we see
We
a ton of CC
mm.
coming out of these comms.
And do you know what I'm not surprised about, Deadly, is this Ishtar ban. Again, we speak
Yeah,
time and time again about Ishtar is still very strong in the meta right
you
now.
cannot risk it.
Ishtar going to be banned.
Yeah, you
No,
cannot risk it.
certainly. Yates going to
You
be picked
can.
up. I'm going to be wondering, though, will we counter that Yates perhaps if it does get picked with a Finn?
Might be also because like it's very important that you have like something, Baptiste and Finn. So if they have all three picks, they have three ults that have to be crucibled. Like not talking about all the other CC like the Finn Quibble or the B of the Ordained from Baptiste, but only talking about ults, you have to have three crucibles. So I'm expecting that now the Lovilos team, I hope they're gonna draft a jungler. If not, if Yates is not jungle or Cat is not jungle, that can build a crucible like a tank jungler. While we see Magnus
For,
carry, BruTo is revealed.
for sure, man. If we see again the Magnus and the Scarf being picked up. So as you say, like it's going to be relying again, as we said, like evening with the Crucibles are going to be very
Yes.
important. We expect, obviously, with the last series, yesterday we saw that three captain setup with the mid lane
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the bot lane
And
carrying
they're hovering
through.
the Arden. They're hovering the Arden.
Arden very strong again. I do see the petal being hovered. Would like to see the
Also,
petal, but
Bin
don't
in.
think it's going to happen.
Bin is Arden also. Oh, the
Petal is going
battle
to
on
get picked
in.
up.
I
Let's
told you
go.
the Lelouch special with the petal. Oh my god, this is gonna be a fun bot lane.
Oh, here
And
we go.
I,
Petal,
I
best
mean,
hero EU,
let's see.
obviously, right now. Let's
Yeah.
see how his minions will fare. Concerned, though, about the Petal is up against the Kestrel and the Scarf, which, especially the Scarf, can just burn down all of his minions to ground.
Yes.
Catherine, as well, has that ultimate that when it lands will hit those minions as well,
Yeah,
possibly kill them.
especially because she's probably
Mhm.
gonna go for the weapon power build path. So I don't think because like the health and the defense scale with the crystal power and pedal, but I don't think that she's gonna go for CP. I mean Lelouch, so he is gonna go for CP because they already have Voltic, who is scaling with CP and Choco as well. Like he's gonna probably go tank, but the ratios are all CP, so they would call a lot of shrouds and ages on the side of Lovila's team, and that would negate so much damage. So I don't think that the Moonions are gonna be that strong, like to resist the AOE coming out of Amorph Esports. Here we go.
For sure, as we get into the first game of the series in Deadly Hollow, we talk about this Scarf and the Sand Fang being counted into it. Not
Yes,
great for a mid lane matchup, but we perhaps might end up having to see this Sand Fang unfortunately
the
go close to the
rotation,
top lane. Though
the
we do
death
see a
wish.
party bush. We see the party bush coming out, but I
The
think they
death
are
wish.
wiser enough not to go for it. Looks like a rotation against this Sand Fang, trying to look for something as they won't find any heroes on the side. They're
Oh,
just going to try to
grab the
contest.
CP.
They're going to take that CP buff out, and that's going to be sniped away
Oh
from
my god.
BTC's
Yeah.
Voltic.
Yeah, Arden secures it with the proc of the Stormguard banner, but so Scarf won't have it. It would have been a huge power up for Scarf to start with two crystal buffs because of the level. Like the crystal buff gives so much HP,
For
XP.
sure, for sure. And we do see that second going over to Love Elo. So that's going to be two CP buffs, and we see that gold. Oh, the gold difference actually going to be in favor of Red Side on BruTo's team here, as they
Yeah,
are going to be a little bit ahead, about 200 gold in lead. So very interesting. Bobe taking that CP buff
yeah,
away,
but
managing to
watch.
get that
Yeah, watch top
gold.
lane of Kath. Like she's getting zoned out so hard from the petal, because the problem with Kath, yeah, she's a broken hero, but the CC coming out from her and she's so tanky. But in the lane, she can struggle, and Petal is one of the best heroes to capitalize on champions that struggle inside the laning phase. Like the
Mm-hmm.
poke is insane from Petal.
For sure, for sure. So yes, just equal right now. We are just 2 minutes into the game, so rotation is going to come out as usual. But we do see Voltic all down as Excalibur surely going to be first blood, though very
Yeah,
different compared to last night, as the Arden will get caught out by that Baptiste rotation as he moves up to the top lane. Weapon power buff and CP buff looking very tanky right now. Binny in a lot of trouble as well, so very aggressive game coming out of BruTo's team. Really love
yeah.
Elo struggling to respond.
Yes, Arden went too aggressive. They don't have vision in the river or in the jungle, so they had no idea where Baptiste was. But still, they wanted to make that aggressive call, and it didn't pay for Amorphis for its side.
Definitely have to agree with you there. We'll have to reset back. Gold lead still about 300 in favor, even though they have got first blood. Going up to about 500 though, around time. So that gold lead slightly opening up. 500, not that
Yes.
much though, 200, 2 minutes in.
I mean, if we have to see like the bright side for Amorph Esports is that Baptiste got the kill. I don't know if he's gonna go for the CP build path, but it's surely better that if Magnus picked that up.
Definitely. They won't manage to contest that CP buff and get it this time round as three members without Baptiste will have rotated around and getting it. But Choco and A perhaps just a bit caught out there. Ren's taking a heck of a lot of damage over. No Soy and Nomo on this Sanfeng has to respect the early game Sanfeng.
Yeah, so much damage from the base of the B ability from something. But there is a rotation in the
CP
CP
buff being
buff.
contested here. Three members will come round here. Petal making these rotations. I love the rotations coming out of BruTo's team right now. Baptiste everywhere on the map and teams coming together to get these objectives in the
Yeah,
CP buff early game. And I'm really interested, Deadly, to see how they'll come round on their rotations when we
ex-
start seeing the Dragon at 6 minutes to go swing, and especially at 12 minutes round as Blackhole.
yeah, the top lane pressure paying out for BruTo's team. They managed to secure the enemy CP buff, and that is also because of the petal that has so much pressure against Catherine, and so Kath had to deal with the wave, couldn't rotate, and now is taking a head ton of damage. And also the petal having that jump ability, she can rotate very fast to the enemy CP buff, and also the pressure of an early game petal is so high that Amorph Esports couldn't react in time to that. Also because, as I told you, Kath is slow in clearing waves in the early game, and Petal created a huge wave before rotating.
Definitely, we do see Petal really asserting the dominance we see. Although thankfully, Ren's on the opposite bot lane is managing to keep up with Petal's CS. We do
Yeah,
see in the mid lane the CS just slightly ahead for Lavilo compared to
yeah,
Voltic here, about 4 CS ahead as they will have to rotate back
exactly.
down to get their third CP buff rotation.
Yeah, and also I think that I want to highlight is how Binny is managing to keep up with the CS with Lelouch, only a six CS difference, and the way that he managed to is by recalling a lot. He got a lot of recalls, oh, and then now he's going aggressive on the paddle.
We do
Okay,
see Benny.
yeah. I just wanted
Look
to
at
see
it.
if anything was gonna
Is
happen.
going
Now,
in though to stun onto Lelouch. Perhaps there's some money is retaliate on that damage. So Binny has to be really careful going almost down. Almost going to get killed. Has
also
to be
the
so
caster ult.
careful. One shot, one kill won't land onto Lelouch, so goes wide. Won't manage to find that pale. Choco and Avo coming on the back side as Binny having to use the silence to survive. Not going to find you today, Binny, as he will just recall back to the base.
Yeah, so with a lot of recalls and using her tankiness, Kath is managing to survive this hard lane.
Looks
So
like
very well
Magnus
played.
getting caught out here, though. Voltic in a heck of a lot of trouble. Excalibur now finding his target, and they're going to manage to get one kill onto the Magnus now. Fen trying to retaliate that damage will quibble down, but perhaps he just goes down too. But it's the Arden who will fall as he's caught on the back line, as Pestle will make that rotation down.
1-for-1 trade here. The at the beginning was looking so good for Amorph Esports, and then they managed to trade the kill back. So well played also from BruTo's team. And yeah, like now, what do you think of the late game? Who do you think is gonna, if the game goes long, who do you think is the strongest comp?
I think honestly the scaling out of the Scarf and the Kestrel when she gets to late game can become a right monster. And as we see the Kestrel, sorry, the Scarf as well, Scarf needs to get that time to get to those 4 items to get that Frostburn, to get that Spellfire, to get that Eve Harvest and that Broken. If I would assume online, we do see on rotation coming down now to
A lot of
Baptiste.
damage on something too.
Thing going low, but Choco and Ace
Maybe
boost
baiting.
in, and now Ren looks like he's been caught on the bad side here.
Oh, the
Fierce and
ult.
Shade will miss, but the ultimate just
Nice.
got slam dunk as best maybe slams him straight into the ground onto the rise. Good night, San Feng.
Yeah, what a play. They thought they baited Rance, and then they got baited by Yates. The global ult, packing a punch on
The
the
double
top lane.
yay bait, man. I love
Yeah.
this. The double bait from the A. Now going to go in with the gauntlet. Voltic not going to get pulled in though by best name of EU with the will manage to get away from that one as they're just going to take that turret and walk away. First turret of the
Nice.
game going over to Lavilo.
Their rotations, the synergy I told you about on Lovila's team, they know each other very well. They know how they play one with the other, and then the top lane turret going down for cast. She couldn't defend, and yeah, so that's the trade. The top lane turret for the top lane turret between the teams. It's hard for a cast to deal with a petal, also because the B of cast is very good against burst abilities. Instead, the Munions damage going through that shield of cast. And so what you can do if you're a petal and you're facing a cast that is tanking all your damage, you can just ignore the cast and start attacking the turret. She will have to clear both the Munions and the creeps. So meanwhile you are free to basically attack the tower and take it down.
Definitely showing up here. Very different game compared to what we saw last day. Oh, Party Bush coming out though. 3 members won't manage to find a pick as the Arden too tanky. Not the target they were looking to find though.
Yeah. This time very different from before. As I told you, now Cat can rotate, can close the gap for the team of Amorph Esports. So she can rotate and have the equal number of heroes in the around the CP.
Then we see this 5-man rotation coming out to mid lane, looking to try and get this mid turret down here. We are about 9.5 minutes into the game. We do see about 1k gold lead in the side of BruTo's pockets. So they will have to be careful as they're just slightly a little bit behind, not going to be too much difference. So
No, they're pretty close, almost farm throughout the whole map, and now Kestrel with the damage from distance.
looks like a fight will break out soon
Yeah.
over his TP buff. Binny's going in, trying to steal it. It is going to go over to the side of Lavilo. The gauntlet is going to come out, but the side is going to start up everyone into the gauntlet. What a beautiful combo! As now Binny almost going to go down to the Magnus ultimate. Ren's now caught on the backline. Ordain's going to come out. The best name of EU trying to shield everyone up, but it's not enough. As 2 members will fall down. As the Kestrel and the Arden going to fall. No Soy Nomo looking to counter. Choco and A positioning heavily on this bot lane tower. 5 members. There is nothing that you can do, best name of EU and Lavilo, as it will just get burned away.
Yeah. Also, Team BruTo with the amazing body block. Like they have the Something who can body block and also counter abilities. You have like before, if you see the interaction between Petal and Kestrel, Kestrel had a trap down, but she couldn't proc it with her Glimmer Shot because of the munions of Petal. So it's gonna be a very hard game for Rance because yeah, you can destroy the munions with your abilities, but the munions are also gonna destroy some of your abilities. And so it's not going to be hard in the late game. Actually, my prediction is that if this game goes long, I don't think that there is any way that the Amorph Esports team, if BruTo's team doesn't like massively throw, they can win a full team fight because of the body block coming out of all the tanks and also the munions from Pedal.
Looks like Odane's going to come down though. Deadly Hollow Stun is going to miss so for the Magnus, so we can't
Yeah.
engage onto Excalibur here. They do
No.
see. I do have to agree with you though. As we see this Crystal Triangle getting contested, though, we'll actually
Yeah.
go over to the side of BruTo's side.
The pool.
But the pool's going to come in as a pool, and the Sad Bengal not going to land on anyone. Though the side is going to miss as well. Going to be 2 ultimates missing out there. They are trying to be aggressive though, trying to get to these back camps, trying to steal them away. Lelouch going to get stunned up though, but they not choosing to engage on this full 5-member roster out of BruTo, challenging these back camps.
Already one Crucible coming out of on the light of Finn, who is scared of the ult of Catherine, which is a massive silence. Now Finn maybe code. No,
Finn
just
has
fine.
to be careful. The Sand Fang damage. See that disgusting damage coming from those. So in about 40% of Lavilo's health going away there with 1 ability. So we have to be careful, I think, on the side of Lavilo about this Sand Fang, who is just going to stun up under the turret. The gauntlet is going to come down. It's not be enough.
Oh my
God. As deletion on the side of Lavilo, just going to get melted by the Magnus. But Ren's looking to try and get a kill of his own. Choco and A going to survive. Mr. 1 shot, 1 kill, going to go wide. But best name of you trying to catch him off. Dano going to come out. Baltic trying to re-engage on to the side of Lavilo's team. Ren's has to be careful. Very low right now. Fez does not have the pool right now. 18 seconds. No Soy and Nomo. Ultimate comes out, doesn't catch best name of the EU though. Barely. Ren's going so low, almost gets sniped out there
Calf
by
comes
Magnus,
in.
but Vinny coming in now, trying to look for the kill, but Yates might just be the first to fall as he will get stunned up. No, sorry, no,
So
still
low.
surviving, but not for longer. As Vinny going to get a double kill here. Voltic now looking for triple, as Will manage to find the Kestrel here, but it will be shut down as Magnus will get removed.
Oh my god, what a messy fight. So long. Castle actually doing a lot of work and dodging so many abilities. Rance showing off how talented he is as a player. But in the end, so many tanks on the side of BruTo's team. They make it hard to get thrown down by the damage of the Castle. And now the turret is being focused
We do
and
see the
taken
turret go
down.
down. Choco
Yes.
and A has to be careful though. Excalibur
But
and
he is
Lovely
so tanky, yeah.
Tanky Baptiste will just survive. No, does have his pulse weave though to get himself away. Obviously, with the pulse weave, whenever someone does get hit, will increase your movement speed. So just run away from those tower situations.
And also Lovilo going for the IKEA build, getting all the pieces for everything that you can do in, in the almost a build pass of a CP carry. That is gonna help you in the early, but then it's gonna like slow a little bit the path towards the tier 3 items. Now he managed to close the spellfire.
Ordain gonna come out though. Catherine has to be careful getting caught out. Now let's just talk about the builds right now. So
Yeah.
we have obviously Love Elo going Frostburn and Spellfire. We also have Baltic going Shadow Glass here. So what do you think about that?
About the spellfire.
Yeah, I mean, I quite like it. I mean, for me
Yeah.
personally, they're not going Spellfire first item. This is great. For me personally, I just think Spellfire much more useful now in Labilo that he's got that Frostburn behind him. Pool gonna manage to side out Choco and A. Now we're gonna try find him, but not gonna be enough. As the Ordained will just manage to get him away there. Does have to be
So
careful though. These pools
talking
almost
about the
certainly going to.
spellfire, yeah, I mean, it's an important item for the scarf, but they don't have too many heals, so maybe also a dragon's eye could have been good here because they have so many tanks.
Certainly, I have to agree with you. Dragon's Eye might have been a better idea here. With some tanks we have, obviously the Sand thing and the Fin, it's going to be very hard to get through with all these Munions as well, especially for
Yeah,
this Kestrel. Going to have to rely on this Scarf being able to burn down these Munions for the Kestrel to get her Glimmer Shots onto the back line, as the Glimmer
exactly.
Shots will get blocked. But Stun, going to
The
get stunned
pool.
up and pulled. Shoko and A now in the wrong side of the
Oh,
fight,
the
but
stun on the
Arden going to
gauntlet.
get missed out, as it will get cancelled. The Sand Feng going to get crucibled out though. Sand Feng trying to re-engage. Silence going to come on to like all members of the side, but Lovelo's going to get sniped out by the Magnus. Now onto the backside. Excalibur running for his life, and Benny now going to be next on the menu. Choco and A trying to get a kill on his own. Best name of you, trying to pull him in cheekily. Like, will miss again. Ren's unfortunately not landing any of the snipes that he's landed at all in this game.
Yeah. So as I told you, in that fight, while they are taking the Black Claw, so in that fight, what you could clearly see is the Amorph Esports side struggling to deal damage to the backline carries, while Peddler just jumped in and started focusing the Scarf down to 0 HP. So it's gonna be a hard game, I told you. Like while the tanks start building up all this health, these walls of meat in front of the carries of Amorph Esports are gonna be so hard to deal with.
I definitely agree with you. We do see Blacklaw now being taken by the side of BruTo's team and will rage down on the second tier turret for Lavilo. I have to get together and defend this, as he will manage to certainly take a turret for the side of BruTo's team. Sandbang gonna just chunk them all down though with a Magnus old toxic, as Voltic will get one kill onto two and almost taking out Excalibur.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, Petal just destroying turrets after turrets.
Petal, really good side objectives here. Will manage to get obviously that
Yeah.
tier 3 turret. Blacklaw, really just a poor defense by the side of Lovilo as their base is in tatters. Deadly Hollow just walking all over them quite literally as Choco NA runs onto the backside. Pool's going to come out onto one as Excalibur's caught on the backside. Choco NA equally caught, but not going to manage to get a kill on the Baptiste, as it will be the Arden falling. There is no hope anymore for Lavilo's team, as respawn time is just going to come up too late, Deadly Hollow, and that will be Blacklaw and the game going 1 to BruTo.
Yeah, I told you the body block, the draft. I think this game was very hard to win. On the side of Amorph Esports, you know, a 9K gold lead coming out from BruTo's team. And yeah, like watching also the builds, you can see that I mean the petal going for Bonzo and Crit uh, with the Sorrow Blade, she's gonna to just jump and start attacking your carry with the attack speed of the weapon infusion and the Bonzo. And attack after attack, she's going to deal always more damage. And in the end, like your carry is not gonna be alive. You know, the damage of a petal with the jump, with the 15% more weapon power coming out of the passive of her B when she jumps, it's gonna be like so good at taking down carries. And like, what do you have to peel for it? Like a cast stun? Okay, but
Exactly.
that's just one stun. And then also Yates and Ardan better at like having like AoE crowd control in like team fights to stun more people. But when you have to like focus down a single target carry like a petal, it's not hard to do it with a Yates or with a Gauntlet, because like these are like very big abilities, not something that you can throw at a single target. Like an Ordained from Baptiste, which was obviously on the side of BruTo's team, so they
I mean,
couldn't
I
pick that
certainly
up.
have to agree with you. I mean, realistically, it came to the end of that game. Bruce's team just running over the side of Lavilo. We saw
Yeah,
that Baptiste run over,
Lelouch
and
running over them.
correctly so. They're a whole item ahead. I mean, Lelouch a whole item ahead. We see Voltic a
Yeah.
whole item ahead of his enemy mid laner. This that gold lead you talk about 50.8k versus 41.1k gold lead on the side of
Yeah,
Lavilo. Just
exactly.
so much, and they just were completely denied from getting
I
to
mean,
the late game
just
where
think
they're
about
currently
a team
strong.
fight. How do you think a team fight is going to go with these comps? It's clear that one side is gonna have like all the abilities body blocked, and then the pedal is gonna jump, and then what are you gonna do? Like use the Yates B? I mean, that's stun that needs some channeling before standing. And also Ardan, you're gonna throw a counted. I mean, you have one every 120 seconds or something, so you cannot think you can stop every jump from a petal who's gonna focus your carry down every time you team fight. So I
Definitely.
mean, I think that was strong win in draft from the side of Bruda's team, which now is gonna also play from the A side.
Yeah, as we get into the second draft here, Deadly Hollow, it will be Bruce's team playing on A side and Lovely Lou on B. So, what do you think the band's going to be coming out?
I mean, I don't think you can ban the petal if you are the side of Love Healers team.
Pestle was pretty impactful, but I do agree.
Yeah,
Don't hang the petal ban. It's going through
Miho
Miho.
and the
Very
side.
aggressive. Yesterday we saw in is the series Miho will be banned out. Ishtar, obviously, no brainer there will be banned out as well. Catherine
Yeah,
looking to be the second ban though. A side, interestingly, banning on the A side. What do you think about that?
I think that they don't want to play it, and they don't want Binny to play it again, because in that comp, Binny was not a problem. Like, he did an amazing job in a laning phase with Petal, which is not easy. I mean, probably second to Kinetic is one of the worst I can think of, because of the
Pestle
oh,
ban.
the Pental. But I told you, like, this is tournaments. It's not ranked. You can ban whatever, and it can be good. And they go for the something and the Baptiste.
Wow, this looks like complete reversal here,
Yeah,
Deadlies. It will be
mirrored.
the Baptiste and the San Feng going over to the side of Lavelo.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be actually, obviously, Bruce's team picking up the Lyra. Not going to get, unfortunately, that Lyra San Feng composition.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they're gonna take the glaive out of Boff. I
The
mean, Boff is not
glaive
playing it. Rip. I
rip
thought he
off.
was playing. Yeah, rip
But it
Boff.
will be taken away either way. Finn looking to be the next pickup, though. Interestingly, they did ban out this Pestle. I don't think the Pestle needed to be banned. I think it was a very specific pick against this Catherine that worked well. Um, I think it was more flexing on this Catherine. Um,
Yeah, yeah, his cast was good, and I told you in a different comp, you have to respect that. Oh, they're just mirroring the draft of
it
before.
really
The
is a
Finn
mirror, as we
coming
see the
out.
Leo picked up as well.
It
And
was
I
a it was a good draft though. So
mm, Finn going to be the third pick for the side of Love Elo here. Going to be very interesting. What they pick for a fourth pick? What do you think they can finish a draft with for the side of BruTo's team right now?
The side of I think they already have the maybe no Nomo can play Leo top. I don't know. The Adagio coming out of Lovilo, I think he's gonna be the mid lane carry. I don't know. Maybe you can heal. Yeah, there's something going in. Or the Magnus
Voltic
again.
on the Magnus again. So impactful, Voltic. Really, with this combination, I'm so glad that they denied it away for the side of Love Velo. That San Feng into the Magnus right at the end. There's no escaping that
Yeah,
Magnus Seraphic flare. It will land.
yeah, it will. And Rona, Hover, no, in the end, this lands. I mean, they needed a little bit of tanks. You can. It's hard to go for four carry dealers, four damage dealers in a team fight because like what's the problem of playing for and then Rance picking up his Gwen, like he's well renowned for his Gwen. He
Gwen, the
was
first time Gwen will be picked up in a tournament.
yeah,
So very interesting. Ren's on the Gwen. Can you tell us a bit about the Gwen? You said
yeah,
Ren's Gwen here.
yeah. Rance's Gwen, he's well renowned, at least for people, let's say in high elo. He managed to go up in the ranks a lot with his Gwen. He was very respectful for his Gwen. His ults always on point. Also, he's a PC player, so you know, like the ults are a little bit maybe more precise. You have a bigger field of view, so it's maybe also easier. But for sure, it's a pick that you should always respect while playing against Rants. I would also like the pick of Kinetic. Maybe I don't think that it was banned. And so yeah, like I think that Rand's pick it's a good one. It's for sure a good one. He's on his comfort picks.
Definitely, I have to agree with you. Just going in, about to go into the
Yeah, about to
match.
go.
Obviously, BruTo one up in the series so far. We will have to see if Lavilo can survive. Will Amorph Esports survive this weekend's games as they do look to try reverse sweep BruTo?
Let's see. And also, I think we have to point out is also the sides of the draft. Yesterday, like the first series, Jokers against Joyskags, it was very A side series. Like all three games were win from A side. Like we won. I mean, Joker's team won first and third, where they were in A side, and
Mm.
Joyskags won the second one, where he was in the A side. So I think that this is another game where Brutus
Not
have
looking
the
good.
advantage, yeah, coming from the A side.
Yeah, I mean, obviously A side slightly easier, I would say, because you've got that bot laner close to the Ghost Wing when that comes in at 6 minutes. But equally late game, then
Mhm.
advantage comes over to the bot lane and the side of Blacklaw for
They
B
invade,
sides if they can survive. They do have that invasion here.
and
Love Elo getting very aggressive, getting
yeah.
both the weapon power and the gold oak having do this invade again. Is this just something they're doing because it is the last game, but instead of choosing to go for a CP buff, they've taken out the entirety of the jungle.
Oh my God, that Finn skin is so beautiful. Props to the Vainglory art team. They're doing an amazing work on
That
this.
skin is pretty dope, if I do say so myself. Reminds me of a
Yeah,
little bit of that Teenage Mutant Turtles vibes, getting that off of the shell there, but very cool
yeah.
looking skin nonetheless.
Yes, and yeah. Also, what do you think of the Leo in the jungle? I thought he was going to go in a lane. I saw him played in the jungle in some of my scrims and some of the ranked games I played in these days. But I thought he was going to go in a lane. Instead, is the Leo jungle coming out of Brutus team? What do you think of that pick?
Very interesting to see. I believe it will be the Glaive bot lane, which I think is actually wrong in my opinion. I think Leo would have
Mhm.
picked into the bot lane and the Glaive jungle just so Glaive can actually rotate and use his afterburn early. He'll come online a lot earlier with his ganks compared to Leo, who has to wait till level 6 to get
Yeah.
those really gank potential off. The afterburn would have been much more useful to try get picks off in the early
Yeah,
stages.
exactly. I think that those abilities are pretty similar, like the ult of Leo and when he's melee, and the afterburn of Glaive, both knockback and also stun. but obviously like the Leo ult is AoE, like he can pull back more enemies. But if you have to gank, I don't think that you want to knock back more enemies unless you gank mid. But even if you gank mid, you cannot knock back a Finn. So I think that yeah, maybe Glaive in the jungle was not a comfort pick for Shoko, and instead I saw Lelouch playing the Glaive bot in our scrims and also in ranked, so maybe he was just more comfortable on the pick.
Definitely, perhaps just more a comfort pick here. Much more quiet game though, and we do
Yeah,
see about 400 gold lead going over to the side of Lavilo
exactly.
here.
I
But
wanted
we
to
did
talk
have
about
kills.
that. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this also before. Like you were pointing out, the games were. Oh wait, okay, no, there is not a rotation for CP buff. So you were pointing out that the games were less bloody yesterday, but one of the reasons why is, as you can clearly see, also
Oh,
now.
best name snipes that one out.
Exactly, nice play. And what? Why are more fights coming out now, and also less fight coming out yesterday? Because it depends on the focus you put in CP buffs and in weapon buffs. Before that, you can have a team that can take down a ghosting, or even before that a ghosting spawns, you cannot like have places where both of the teams want to fight, want to like have the same objective.
Fair's almost
So
going down.
yeah,
That's the Popper's Blast scare.
exactly, exactly. So, um, what can you contact? Oh, the Lyra.
Lyra game, very dangerous. Lyra needs to go back to base to feel
Exactly.
back up.
Yeah, so the only objectives that you can fight for are CP buffs, weapon buffs, and the jungle, obviously, with CP buffs and the gold dogs being the most important objective. So if both the teams, if one of the teams, because the other then has to react, want to focus stealing those kind of objectives, then the game is probably gonna be a bloody one in the beginning. Instead, if the teams want to play a little bit more to the passive side and they do not care about going to steal, maybe the jungler is not like super strong one, like I don't know, an Inara can usually go to steal. Maybe there are going to be less kills because it's harder to fight.
For sure, and I have to agree with you there. We do see though rotations coming around. The Baptista's gonna go back up to top lane. Very quiet game though, as we're talking about.
Yeah,
You say about these steals not coming out, but also perhaps just teams respecting. You do see that Baptiste walking and taking that CP buff. I'm not gonna a
he's
kill
level
come
6
out.
though,
He is
and
level
Leo is
6,
not,
slightly
also because of
behind
this.
there. Just the rotations coming round.
Yeah, the
Has trickled
steals.
just slowly. Yeah, the
The
steals as
steals
well.
on
We
the
talk about.
buffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're helping the experience lead on the side of the Baptist. And yeah, as I told you, a Leo in the early game is not super strong, not super good at going to steal something. If he goes in with his B, he has almost no way of coming out. Also against a Baptist who has that fast CC on his B. Same goes for Baptist, which is a melee hero. So like as I told you, it's not gonna be easy that these teams are going to clash for something. Instead before you saw people running for those CP buffs, and obviously the team is reacting, and so the fight breaks out around CP buffs and yeah, neutral objectives.
For sure, and we talk about these fights. We see the CC coming out on the side of Lovely Lewis. The Baptiste feels some shade, the Sand thing, and the Finn with that Forster Cord. But equally on the side of BruTo, we have that Lyra and this Leo. If you can get a Lyra portal with a Leo into the backline without them knowing and instantly catch them out with the Leo, there's going to be an instant pick. And we see this Lance as well being used to combination of the CC as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Wait, I see no so you know a little bit stuck there. I don't know if he's having problems with his internet connection, which is obviously not helping in a tournament. I hope he's going to get his. Oh, the stun,
The
the mid
stun gonna
lane.
come out and the force the cord will land in the stun on the slow on the quibble side, but Feared gonna land on one as the crucible's not out yet, and unfortunately that's gonna be going down, trying to catch out someone with a seraphic flare, but not going to matter as that will be first blood.
Exactly, and also I want to give props to Rance not killing the Lance, who is probably AFK, I have to guess. He's not killing him. I mean, if he wants to push the wave, I think he will have to, because I think the minions are going to aggro the Lance. So if he kills him, I don't think it's like not respecting the fact that he's AFK. Okay, he's back.
Nice on the move, back online.
Exactly. I mean, if he went for that ult damage on Gwen, that would have been rude. Because he respected you till now, not killing you, and then you come back and just roam
You're back now.
him.
Let me kill you.
I mean, yeah.
Ordained's gonna come out, not gonna find anyone. That invade trying to get onto that CP buff, but best of you doing a brilliant job just to keep them at bay in the CP buff. We'll go to Renz.
Yeah.
Now
Oh, the
ultimate
ult.
over Leo. Now Baptiste gonna get Giffy and Ward into the wall. Now Bill gonna get rooted, but still gonna survive all of this. Best name trying desperately to get under his toe, but not gonna be enough as come off and fierce and shade impale combination as we talked about onto Renz is now
Adachi
gonna
on
be
the,
too
the
falling, but
backline.
Voltic on the back line now gonna catch out
Oh, the
people.
ult.
Fez has to force to the way defensively, and now Choker and A running for his life, but a forced accord says no, as it will be Lyra getting pulled back in, and now Noisa Nomu trying to run for his life.
I actually don't think that Lavilo should have ulted there, because he got stuck in the place. The Leo was at least in the maximum range, so it was, I don't know, clutch if he could escape or not. In the end, he managed to, but it was a little bit risky. And meanwhile, the thing that if he escapes or not is risky. You're for sure stuck in place for 3 seconds. So I don't know about that.
Noisa Nomu cheekily getting that wave.
Yeah, with the storm crown.
And interestingly enough, we don't see a Stormcrown coming out of best name of the EU, and not Stormcrown
Exactly.
either out of Choco and A.
Exactly, and that's why no so Gnomo could take it, because that's my so much pressure on the top lane turret.
Top lane really wanted to get that turret. Noise on
I
no, just
really like the rotations of Amorph Esports this game.
and Benny as well, trying to push that wave in. Lelouch just can't quite find Benny there, not the right angle to get in on that afterburn.
And also, I really like the shatter pickup from the Adachi.
Oh,
The
Ace
ult.
is high onto the Lyra, but not the as it will be Renz trying desperately to find, but the stun will come out onto him and will have to back away.
Yeah, I really like the Adagio shatter glass, because you are going to go
There's
B,
rotations
A,
coming out on Lelouch, so
yeah.
deadly. 3 members, now it's going to be a fierce and shaded Sasafang, the leash
They don't have
combo,
damage. They
as
don't
it
have
will be
damage.
Choco and A trying to run in. No,
He's just sustaining.
block that one out though, and the pull back in. Now it's going to be them turning the team fight as Lavilo trying to desperately rotate members down. Gwen and Adagio now coming down. Lelouch trying to be on the front line. We'll manage to get the first kill of the fight. Voltic now having to use his flash, but Ren's trying to look for orders, can't quite find the back line. Ultimate.
Okay, so,
Not going
yeah.
to land on the Seraphic
Oh.
player. Leo's jumping in for more. As I say, they were done. They're not quite. Is Lelouch now trying to find more picks, but Sanfeng almost deleting him where he stands here. Lelouch going to have to be careful as Ren's equally got
And
that damage coming up now.
meanwhile, Nuso Ignomo got the whole jungle of the Amorph Esports team in the top lane with his Storm Crown. I really think that there was a misplay on the Amorph Esports side. They used all the CC while their carries were not there. So, like, being a something player, I know how important your ult is, especially if they don't have the block, like Glaive had no block. But instead, they used all the CC when the carries were not there. When the carries came, they couldn't enter the fight because there is so much CC also on the side of the BruTo's team, and so they could not enter, like rush it in, because they could get
Ultimate on the Leo. We're just going to shove Lavilo under the toe. We're going to find a stun though, unfortunately, as you get deleted. Unfortunately, I do have to agree with you though. They didn't get a kill. It was actually one kill going over on that fight to decide of BruTo.
Exactly.
And
in a 4v5.
Lance also got that jungle.
In a 4v5, because they used all of their. Oh, the Lance is dead.
Lance
No,
is definitely going down, perhaps. Lance still surviving, though, just running away, tipping his top toes as he will manage to get away from that fight.
Lance is always hard to take down because of his low cooldowns. Also, thanks to the Storm Crown and the block, he managed to escape that. If he hadn't a block,
Healing flask onto Ren's, trying to find him, but Giffian won't land. But the Impale just going to miss out. Crucible will go Lando, and that is going to leave this traffic flare open. Force the call, not going to survive. Keep Gwen on this surviving as he will fall down. And Excalibur
Exactly.
just going
And
to
yeah,
be
as I
left on the
told you,
laptop.
like that fight in the bot lane is now snowballing in the favor of the BruTo's team because, as I told you, they used all the CC on the glaive, who has his passive from his ult to sustain back. Meanwhile, the carries were not there to deal the damage, and so there was no way they could kill anyone.
Looks like a bloodbath coming back out again, but Fair's going to be the target, going down to about 10% health. Crucible will come out on the side of BruTo's team. Now Noisa and Nomo, Giffy and War onto the Baptiste, trying to find an avenue here, but Excalibur not going to get stunned up by the Magnus. Looks like Excalibur on the wrong side of the fight, though, will just get picked off. As his team will leave him. Aces high, misses though. Voltic trying to be the target for Renz, but perhaps bitten off more, and he can has to dodge out the route though from the EU Treants, as Renz not going to get impaled, but Giffy and Wall into stun, and
And
now going to
meanwhile, in
be
the
EU
mid
stun.
lane, Glaive is just taking down
Blade
turret
just
after
pushing
turret.
turrets.
Glaive just
Such good
pushing turret
map
after
control.
turret. Exactly. I told you that fight in the bot lane, they had to play that better. You cannot waste the CC like that.
Binny
It's
only
kind of sad.
just getting that turret to counter, but tier 2 turret going down the mid lane, not what you want to see. And the Fearsome Shade to try to steal, but damn, as he still steals it away anyway.
Yeah. Now it's gonna be hard to come back. I mean, they can still do it because the damage of the Adagio is high, especially if you use it like your heal on a something that is going in, and then you start using your B, and you do so much
Force the core,
damage.
not gonna land in Voltic. Just
Yeah,
gonna meander his way back under.
that's
Yeah,
sad too. He had no block. That was dead for sure.
not going to find any. Looking for a fight is lovely little team. 4 members in the mid lane, but just can't quite find that engage onto the backline.
Yeah, I told you. They also keep using this CC in a strange way, in a weird way, let's say. Also, the fearsome shade to try and steal that. I mean, it's not so easy, and you're for sure missing on your abilities. Like, let's say that pool landed, and or they blocked it. The fearsome shade was on cooldown anyway, so you're
I
not
mean, that's
gonna use that.
1,000 gold though if you get that kill. So in fairness, I can see why we're trying to get that single pick. But Excalibur, talking about single picks, might just get chunked out here. Lovely low. Now we actually use his gift of fire. Gonna have to make sure that he doesn't get picked off here. Choco and A, very aggressive into the jungle there, jumping in. But Choco and A, just gonna have to be careful with his Baptiste.
Yeah.
Will get sniped out. I believe it does go to Lovelo's team, but San Feng doing a lot of damage to the ultimate will get blocked out now. Trying to run away. Low health bars for this side of BruTo's team. Ace is high and the stun onto the Magnus. Looks like Magnus in a lot of trouble here. Voltic gonna have to be careful, but lands onto the backline as Ren's gonna get Giffy and Wall. Ren's going very low, but on the backline it's gonna be Lyo who falls, and now gonna be Leo almost falling into his fin. Looks like
Glaive so deep.
cornered animal, but Lelouch manages to get one before being killed himself. It will be 3-2
Oh my god.
to the side of Love Elo as Magnus on the back foot there, being ignored, will manage to get that Seraphic Flare on
Yeah.
to the Sand Thing.
Yeah, there's something not expecting. Oh, I think Lance is dead
Noise
now.
on Nomo. Uh-oh. Bad place, bad time, my friend.
How can you die with that much cooldown on a on a Lanza? But I mean, as I told you, now they use better the CC. They team fighted well, and I think that actually the Rand's team, Lavila's team, Amorph Esports, is going to have like the upper hand in a team fight for now because of the Adagio damage. Like the Adagio damage is so high if you don't focus him. And what happened before, like Lelouch tried to go on the backline carries, but his damage was not enough. And so he just found himself in the middle of nowhere, alone. He got focused down by 5 people, and then they went back in. Beanie actually underestimated the damage of the Magnus and will lose his life for that.
Yeah, but he has to respect that damage. Will manage to get Ghostwing over to the side Lovely. Now they are back online. Now we're back online, Deadly.
Exactly.
As they got those bounties. They're back
Still
up
2K
equal on
behind,
gold
but yeah.
now. Yeah, they equal that gold though after that fight. Still, we'll just go a little bit under as the farm and the CS will just put them a little bit ahead while we're trying to take that Ghostwing.
The tension is coming now around
Ghostwing
his
buff though, of course, onto the side now. Leo getting caught out. Looks to be the
focusing
target.
the
They're going
Leo.
to jump across, but he's just going to get deleted by Binny. Stun's coming out, and the ultimate from the Sand Thing going to get blocked of now. So no, we can't give him all anyways. It's disaster. As No Star's
Oh
gonna come
my
out and
god.
Lavilo just deleting on the backside as Fez gonna be the next
Nice.
target. Portal strike away, but it's still hungry for more.
The
Under
ranch.
turret, Deadly. That will be disastrous. 4 members fall. For the side of BruTo, they are coming online now.
Exactly, exactly. The team fight coming out, and the side of BruTo, they have two crucibles, but Choco, three crucibles, sorry, but Choco got destroyed so early he couldn't even press it. I mean, he could have pressed it, but he didn't. And so, like in the team fight, then you have to block a Fin ult, a Fearsome Shade, an Aces High. You have to block the Adagio ult. So you have so many things to block that in the end you're gonna feel the damage.
Right, and you can't like
And
out position because Leo was out
exactly,
position, and they have to wait, which leaves them open for more CC.
exactly,
We
exactly.
do
Now they
see Binny
have
getting
Black
boosted
Cloak.
up. They're looking for Binny, but stun,
Stunning a minion.
stun the minion. And Ordained will come out though onto Noise on Nomo. Gonna be stuck to Leah Ultimate Go. Just going
The
to
Adagio ult.
delete so many people as disaster for the side of Lovilo. It looks so good,
Look
but
at
Red's now
Adagio.
running for his life. Adagio, though, of course, on the back foot, still stacking up damage, trying to, as CP, do the damage here. We'll get
Just
Gifting
go
Ward
out.
out of the Seraphic Flare, but just not going to be enough, as unfortunately it will be three
Yeah.
members falling. We
I
see
mean,
Gallagher, unfortunately, AFK in that fight.
exactly,
You guys
exactly.
have to be responsible for your connection.
Yeah.
In fights like that, just not the time you want to lose your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, now he's ruling, so I guess that he is fine. Now, yeah, moving out of the base. Unlucky timing of the AFK from the Excalibur. Now he's going to, I don't know, to what in the bot lane, the way he's pushing. I mean, yeah, okay. He just went there and got 1 minion. Nice.
Looks like a
And
pie bush against best name EU, but he
yeah,
will survive that one out with the cam.
yeah, so unlucky fight. But as I told you, like they're not giving so much attention to the Lovilo. He's building a lot of CP defense, but almost no
Lavilo should
weapon
almost go
defense.
Dragon's Eye, staying alive so long in fights, he can be stacking up.
Yeah, exactly. But I also don't know why he's going for that much CP defense. Okay, let's see.
Fearsome Shade. Not going to go off yet. As
Yeah,
we
that
are
should
expecting,
damage.
though. As the yard. Not the yard inside the Lance will just get delayed. My bad is completely blanked there. Just how fast Lance got removed from the rise. Now going to be stunned. Oh my goodness. Oh my days. As now it will be Magnus falling. 2 members. Uh-oh, Deadly Hollow. As it
Yeah,
will be their damage carry on the mid lane falling and leaving a Ghost Wing open. They're trying to go for the steal, but they just say, damn to that. And Lelouch going to get focused down anyways. The Ghost Wing buff now coming up.
for
Fearsome
the
Shade
nerf.
onto the Leo. Just managing to land, but Choco and A running for life. Fez also trying to run. Glaive farming up his turret. Not where you want to be, my friend, as the rest of the team are running for the hills. They could just
Yeah.
end the game almost.
Yeah, I mean, Voltic is spawning now, so I don't think that they can end, but they can take this turret for sure, and they're
Certainly,
gonna
and
go back now, I think.
I think the tier 3 turret don't go for the army though. Don't want to get
Yeah,
too aggressive,
no.
getting too excited myself here. Just how good they're playing older party bush coming out though. Oh
Yeah,
no, it's sniped out by the flare, not quite fast enough. But they say what to that? As Lions is gonna get killed anyways. And now the Zanfeng ultimate. But Glaive gonna have to afterburn out of there defensively. Choco NA now running as well. They can certainly pressure now as the support for the side of
the
BruTo's team
Magnus.
is down. Baltic looking in trouble as well. They're just looking on fire right now, Deadly Hollow. As they are going to just kill Lelouch almost there where he stands. Choco and Ney now so confused about what's happening.
They
He has to
cannot
go
team fight.
behind his own turret. And they're just going to kill him anyways. As now they're focusing
With the
on the
Ghost
Vein
buff.
Crystal. They're doing it, Deadly
Lelouch is
Hollow.
attacking. Oh
They
no,
just
he's just
don't
dead.
care. Lelouch going to
Oh,
die 2-man ultimate onto Leo. But the Vein Crystal's so squishy, they just say, who cares? The team fight. We want your Vein Crystal.
and GG.
And we want game 3.
What a game! And Baptiste like running in the enemy base. What a game! I told you. Like playing Glaive inside of that match CC, the Atlas Padrum also coming out for Beanie with some very good stunts that he did. He one stunned a minion, but the rest was super good. Voltic also not getting any piercing on that Magnus, which is strange. I don't know what he was going for his last item, but yeah, he was doing no damage to Lovilo, who had an Aegis and another CP defense, meanwhile Voltic with no piercing. And yeah, I must say, like, a very good draft on the side of the Villas team, Amorph Esports. And yeah, just a good game. I thought from the beginning that the game was one in draft. Then we saw some AFKs that I don't know, slowed down the path of this game going towards Amorph Esports. But yeah, for sure, a very good game, and I really enjoyed watching it because there were so many team fights, so many AoE abilities which have also cool effects, like the Finn B on the ground when he smashed it. It was super fun to watch, and I'm hyped for this last. Also now, Lovila's team is gonna play from the A side again. So
Of course, Lavilo
I
lost
don't
on the
know
A side, but
if
you say the A side is pretty strong. Of course, I mean that was just total dominance. So for the side in the end game of Lavilo's team, they completely turn it around. Though it looked like
yeah, it's a
Bruce,
double B side win this
yeah,
game.
it looked like BruTo was going to win from the early game. They were challenging quite well.
Yeah.
But then Lavilo slowly but surely turn it around with the objectives you saw originally taking at Ghost Wing and then this, the Black Claw opening up a tier 2 turret, and then again more objectives and more kind of
Exactly.
sloppy team play from the side of BruTo. Just out
I
of
mean,
position on that last fight with the Lyra.
yeah, the team fight comp was surely better coming out from the Amorphis first team. And yeah, I told you, like, the early game was not super bad from the side of Amorphis, but they got the invade in the red jungle just at the beginning. The problem that slowed down this game, I think it was gonna be one-sided. I was sure it was gonna be one-sided, but then they did the ugly team fight in the bot lane when they used all the CC on a glaive who's gonna sustain through it, and then when the
Mhm.
carries came had nothing to do, and meanwhile Lance got the whole jungle of the red side. So it was a thing that made me think that maybe Lelouch team and was gonna snowball through that, and it was gonna be hard to come back. Then they fight it in the top lane, and Glaive was just running down mid, taking down turrets, yeah, running down in a good way, obviously. And yeah, it showed some lacks of maybe micro game, because it was not a macro game problem. The rotations were good. They got so many objectives and they won with through objectives. But the problem was the micro plays with the CC in the bot lane. They wasted so much for no reason without the carries to deal damage. They just wasted time while Glaive was healing through that, and then the Lyra came. It was even worse. And meanwhile, they lost so much pressure off the map, of the jungle, and then the glaive came in the mid. But in the end, the better teamfight comp wins, I guess. And so BruTo team in the end had to leave the win to the Amorph Esports team.
I mean, for sure, but we talk about is I just think it was sloppy team play in the mid game for obviously the side of Lavilo and just kind of struggling to try find anyone um on that side. Um Obviously you say about that mid game team fight, losing that out as well, just not what you want to see. And obviously BruTo's team getting all that entire jungle. But then we see in the late game, we see the complete opposite, where actually it turns out to be BruTo's team for, out of position. We see the Leo in that first fight. Obviously the Lyra. It's what we just say, heck, I don't care. I just want to go for you because you're out of position from your team and you're going to get deleted.
Exactly. And now I want to see what is going to happen now that they are A side. Are they going to ban the Pezal again? I don't know.
Gonna be very interesting. Don't think Petal will be banned though. I don't think
Yeah, I
Petal
mean,
was the reason why they won.
they banned it B side. So. From A side, they even have more freedom to ban, and I'm gonna see because like Fel yesterday on rants, he told me, yeah, A side. I think that A side is a very good side to play from, and he said like they're having a little bit of problems winning from A side, both wins from B side. So let's see if this pattern is gonna go on, and if BruTo can clutch the win in the third game, or if the Amorph Esports is gonna reverse sweep.
Definitely going to be an interesting one. It can be up to anyone. I mean, we saw such dominance outside of BruTo's team in game one, but then complete reversal of roles in game two as Lavilo completely wiping the floor with the side of BruTo's team come the end game. So,
hmm
who do you think could win though?
I mean, I really want. I think that A side is still favorite, even though this game showed the complete opposite. I still think that it's gonna be an A side good draft here, so maybe they can win from draft again. But I don't know. Like B side is coming out strong, so maybe if the pattern keeps going, I think that BruTo's team is gonna have the advantage.
BruTo's team one. I mean, I do have, but love Elo. They are on top. Love Elo just looks like they are miles ahead of BruTo's team in terms of that team fight play.
Yeah, and also like you have to see in team fights who's the biggest problem. Like in the first game, it was obviously the Petal. Meanwhile, we entered the draft, and in the second game, Diadajo, nobody could shut him down. He had a block for for the glaive afterward. Oh, the Petal ban! I
There's
told
a
you.
Van now, first Van
I
of the
told
game,
you.
ramping up those petal stats. Very
I think that
interesting Van.
the enemies are gonna ban Ishtar and Miho.
I mean,
Um,
for sure, you expect Ishtar and Miho
but
to get banned.
these might be that. Oh no, they are banning Miho A side. Okay, I thought they were gonna ban Ishtar and Miho on the B side, and then what you can do is A side ban something, and then pick the Kath. But Kath is banned, Miho's banned. So now I wanna see if they go for Ishtar. Okay, so now almost all the power picks are closed, but I think they're gonna go for the something here because.
Sanfeng and Baptiste open. Are they? They're going to leave the
Oh my God,
Sanfeng
they
and the
leave
Lyra.
something Lyra open.
Will they go for the Sanfeng Lyra combination though? Sanfeng Hobbit. I don't know if they
They
know
should.
if they're confident enough to do it. We saw it
Lyra
yesterday. So toxic of a composition. Chekwene
and
and
something.
we'll get that
Oh
Lyra
my
Sanfeng
God.
cover. Oh boy, about to go down.
It's coming, it's coming. And they wanna
Expecting
counter it
some
with the Finn.
crazy Finn. How do you counter it though? It's just so immediate when you don't block it. All five members on your team, if you're together
Stun
getting stunned up
forever.
by San Feng, there is no hope for the team fight.
I mean, I don't know how can you block that. If this executed properly, because you can decide. You can decide when to stun. Like, if you're perfect, you can decide that you're gonna stun in a 0.001 second, or even in a 0 seconds. So there is no reaction time. There is nothing that can react to that. So I guess it depends. It depends on how. I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard for our Esports. Leaving open both the something and the Lyra, I don't know, man. I would have gone for the something first pick, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I do have to agree with you. Magnus will be picked up again. Magnus for surely to go on to Voltic. Magnus all three games. We did see it in the first game being very effective, but in the second game not so much. Do you think it's going to have the same effect as the first or second game this time around?
Um, I don't know. I want to see how the draft ends, but yeah, the rhyme also picked up. I think it's the first game for the rhyme.
This looks like a toxic throw in the sand thing and then rhyme everyone to death
Oh my
composition.
God.
I mean,
Just imagine if the Lyra something comes through with the rhyme
I
ult,
mean,
with the
even the
rhyme A.
Lyra and rhyme throw onto someone and get a certain pick off with the root as
Yeah.
well. So
Mm.
definitely not what you want to see. Trying to draft Love Elo's team here. Going to have to be careful.
Going for the Adagio again.
Adagio, good pick though. do have to agree. Adagio played very well last time
Yeah,
for Lavilo's team, so probably going to be a CP Adagio again. Sorry,
I
and
mean
Lance
Lelouch
going to
going
be
for the glaive again.
Glaive as well on the side of BruTo. Glaive didn't have perhaps the impact we expected, though. I do want to see this Glaive go into jungle, though.
I think he's going to go to Lelouch again.
I think it is going to go bot lane,
Yeah,
Divine, which will likely be the jungle pickup here,
exactly.
which is
Um,
unfortunate.
what?
Which is unfortunate, but
Yeah,
Divine as well can rotate round and get back.
yeah.
It's
It's
not
a good.
like a Leo.
In the bot lane, the top laner, which is going to be Lance, yeah, has to be very careful because of the afterburn into the root. The chill winds from the Rhyme can like lock you down for a long time, and meanwhile the damage from the glaive and from the Rhyme in the Religion is so good that yeah, Bin is gonna have to be careful on that on the Lance pick.
Definitely has to agree with you. I mean, I just have to favor the side of BruTo's draft here.
The
Immediately, just
Lyra
this
something
Lyra
if
and
they can
Sanfeng
execute.
composition.
Yeah, if they can execute that. I mean, when I think about drafts, when I watch drafts, I think about this. Imagine a 18 minutes team fight. Like, what is likely to happen? So if Lyra and something can set up, what's gonna happen is Lyra something is gonna are gonna TP on you, and you have 0.01 seconds to react. You're not gonna block it. Then Ram is gonna ult. Ram is gonna be, and meanwhile Lelouch is gonna AOE basic attack through the whole team. It's gonna end the team fights. If that happen, the team fights are gonna end in maximum 3 seconds.
Definitely have to agree with you. It just looks like it's going to be a delay for the side of Lovilo's team. But what we do have to do is use this early game and shut that down before we hit level 6. Because once we
Yeah,
hit level 6, that is when that power spike is going to come online. But if they can use this Baptiste to rotate around early game and make these plays and get these picks off, then they can perhaps throw BruTo's team behind enough to where they can survive these team fights.
Lovilo getting one of the backs to get the level 2, and now going face to face with the Magnus again. The same. It's actually the same mid lane matchup that we had before. Lyra and Magnus against Finn and Adagio.
I mean, we saw it win out the second game. We're going to see if they can win the
Yeah.
third, though. This is the fight of their lives. Lovilo looking to reverse sweep
Finn without the skin
that
though.
win. Finn, ooh.
That's a big problem, bro. Like,
That's a big problem. I mean, he does have the pet bird. The pet bird's looking pretty chill on
yeah,
his shoulder.
yeah.
Do have to. I mean, that skin is alright. I do like the birds. The bird's
And what
pretty
do you
cool.
think of the side lane matchup, the
Oh, well, I tell you
kinetic?
what I think about Fez is almost going to get deleted.
Yeah.
Renee trying to find a kill on Lavilo in return. But I mean, I think the side and side matchup here, we talk about Lance and this Glaive, going to be very
Yeah.
aggressive, I think, on both sides of this melee matchup. Renz, but surely is going to win, though, against this Sand thing if he can play it well.
Mhm. Yeah, there is some interactions between kinetic and something. Obviously, it's not an easy lane as a sound because like she can poke you down. Some easy interaction because what you want to do, oh, the dive maybe.
Certainly looking like the dive and the route onto Renz. They're not going
Yeah,
to
but
find anything.
exactly. So the problem with kinetic into something is that you have to eat your A's. Wait.
Looks like more fights going to go on as Choco and A going down to about 35% health here, Nomo. Fail managed to
Rotation.
get the two-man damage here. No, sorry, just going to push him back a little bit. Ren's going to just sit there and farm the minions. So
Yeah.
do have to rotate back up. Fez and Voltic pushing down that mid lane.
So yeah. So what I was gonna say is that kinetic has to hit her A's to get the passive down. So if you are a good something, and I'm sure Nosor knows how to something, you
Best
can
name of the
go.
year almost going to go down, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Has to
yeah,
be
yeah.
careful. We're just going to get stunned down. There's going to be first bloods going over to the side of BruTo. Going to be 2 kills now as Finn will fall.
Ah,
Rhyme, a very good pick here. Not what you want to see. We talk about
yeah,
needing his early game to go well, and 2 kills on the board to BruTo's team is not the way you want to
yeah.
start it off.
I mean, adding salt to injury on the side of Lovilo's team.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
we already
something very
see
low.
Yes, I think certainly. Gonna have to be careful, but we do see a 1.5k, a roughly gold lead going to the side of BruTo's team already. And
Mhm.
we're 4 minutes, 4 minutes into the game, and that
Yeah, as I
much gold
told
lead
you,
already.
there's something trying to counter the A of kinetic, trying to stack a passive. That's the only way that you can kind of do some damage with something against a kinetic. Yeah, the rest is just you getting poked out of the lane. Yeah,
For
he has
sure.
a massive wave. He can go back.
Kinetic, very much a scaling hero. Kinetic's going to get
Yeah,
very much stronger as the game goes on. But as we see this Lyra and this Sandbang combo we talked about, going to appear as we get later and later into the game. And unfortunately, I just worry Kinetic might not find an avenue into these matchups.
yeah. Let's see how these matchups are going. I don't know why No Gnomo started with the Stormguard banner. I don't really like that start. Especially into kinetic. I prefer to start with the book and the weapon defense. He started with the banner. It's good to take down the first healers, but then in lane it's useless because it doesn't proc anymore on the minions and not even on the kinetic. But it gives you some health and some cooldown reduction, I
And I do
guess.
have to agree with you. I don't think that the banner
Oh,
is
the
that
kinetic.
useful. The Kinetic looking like she's in trouble as Ren's again just gonna get deleted and no damage on the Sand Fang gonna equal double kill removal from the Rise on this Adagio. This looks like such a stronger BruTo team as they're now rotating as three members through the map and getting these picks. That's now going to be 0 to 4 on the board to BruTo and about over a 2k gold lead at 5.5 minutes into the
I
game.
mean, yeah, this game is kind of slipping through the hands of Amorph Esports. The draft is not gonna help them so much in the late game team fight. So I mean, I hate to admit it, but I think that this is gonna be a one-sided game. I think
I
that
do have to agree with you,
yeah, I think
unfortunately.
that
I think they've just lost via the draft. I think that San Feng Lyra combination is going to come online very shortly. Level 5 in the Lyra right now, and we're looking at the San Feng already level 6. So going to be online shortly for these team fights.
something now got a double kill in the mid lane. What this means, you can leave some farm because your build is cheap, so you don't need like the every single creep to have your build completed when so it's going to leave the mid lane. The mid lane too, but the Rhyme,
Certainly, Choco and A looks like he's bit off more than he can chew,
yeah,
though. As Lovelo's just going to chunk him down. That's going to be a nice bit of gold into his pocket there. As Rhyme was not have any. So
a little
perhaps because as Voltic now looking to be feared, though. Noiso and Nomo trying to in no Crucible yet to defend against that. Seraphic Flare is going to poke Kinetic into the loss of
oh,
little
the stun.
but that thing almost gonna die to the Adagio trick. I'm going to have to respect the damage coming out of Lavilo.
Yeah, exactly. Like the dash damage, and now Rhyme is already back. This is a kill on the
Excalibur,
Finn.
just what are you doing, man?
Yeah, he's just
Joker.
yeah.
Excalibur, as he will be put back into the healing platform.
Yeah, and now Rhyme is just waiting for his Magnus to. No, never mind. Okay, Magnus leaving the whole mid lane wave for no reason,
That's,
I guess. I
I
don't know.
mean, that is going to feed that San Feng. You just got a heck of
Yeah,
juicy.
but yeah,
Not the person you want to feed, though.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like Magnus is already ahead. I mean, but more resources are always useful, and yeah, you can see that even without that wave, he's ahead in minions to the side of Lovilo. And yeah, so
Pool gonna come in, but gonna miss on the quibble, and Crystal buff will go over to the side of Lavilo's team. Baltic gonna be denied that buff.
yeah,
Sanfeng now looking to be next on the list They're like that they're moving as this four-man rotation. They're applying this pressure where they need to, and they're splitting the forces of this Sad Thing and Elira. They need to keep this combination apart because when they're together and when they go off the map, that combination is going to land.
And now a fight. Oh, stealing the CP, getting the CP of his own. I mean, but like they had two members trying to get that one.
Yeah, the evening of, I mean, really, 1.5k still not going any
Yeah,
further, and that's just that pressure we're applying on the map as four members. But we will see the bot lane now. This Rhyme rotating down. Have to be careful of this Rhyme. Very aggressive, right?
yeah, exactly. Very aggressive ram. They had vision in the bush, which was cleared from best name of EU. And yeah, then they knew the Baptist was there, so the flanking potential down in the middle. Adagio, very aggressive.
They're just going to look in danger, but it will be lots of damage coming out. And now Lavilo trying to survive for his life. Sad Thing, ultimate into the Seraphic Flare, dirty combo, as it will be two members falling free, and Excalibur for 4, but will manage to get 1 kill on return. That will be the Magnus falling down. 5 kill bounty, gonna be a juicy one.
Yeah, but a 5 kill bounty that went on Excalibur, that's like unlucky. I mean, if you are a fat carry, you can almost run it down when you see a fin that can hit you. Like if I if I was Baltic, I would have been hoping to die there because you give the shutdown to the fin, which is not gonna help him like so much. It's probably a 1k shutdown that doesn't go in the hands of a carry like Rovilo or either Rans. Yeah, he tried.
Yeah.
He used this flash. He tried to go out.
We
Yeah,
see
in
that
the end,
gold
it's
lead now, Deadly Hollow, moving up to 3k though.
yeah,
I
it's
mean, that's just
3k.
falling apart.
Yeah, it's 3k, and you have to consider that 1k is probably in the Finn's pocket, so it's like a 4k. And yeah, that doesn't help as well when you're going to play against a late game Lyra Sunfen combo,
I
which
mean,
I
come back
cannot
to this
stress
draft
enough.
though. Like, we
Yeah,
talked about it's like, but also this Sand Thing and this Magnus combination where they're not getting, they need a Crucible desperately. Another one if they're using it beforehand for this Sand Thing, because Sand Thing, if you manage to get this ultimate off, you know the Seraphic Flare is going to land on like 3 of your members. If it kills one, they pop into lots of crystal bits and do even more damage to your allies. So devastating combinations coming out for the side of BruTo.
I mean when in the top lane the dive Choco going aggressive, taking a
Yes,
lot of
Vinny
damage.
has to be respectful. Going to root up this and give him wall. The glaive now looking to be in trouble. Is getting targeted by the turret. Going to have to afterburn over the wall, but going
The
to force the
pool
cord back in. Denied that escape, and now it's going to be Lelouch who's just going to survive. Is just going to afterburn everywhere, but will manage to get
almost.
killed by the Finn. Unfortunately, going to go over to the Finn again, but Vinny having to be careful. But now Lavilo rotating up, going to get a kill surely on two. That hero onto the Rhyme, and now it's going to be Fez running for the hills, and Baltic just not going to progress
Yeah,
on
he's
this
just
fight.
poking
You see that
400
damage
damage.
coming out of Baltic.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing 400 damage. He missed the 100 minion. Unlucky, but yeah, 400 damage on every Q, on every A from Magnus. It's a hell of a lot of damage that you had to deal with.
I mean, we do see the gold lead though now swinging back into 1k. So we're bringing back the gold lead with bounties, but just not going to the carries,
Yeah,
which is unfortunate. So realistically, although it looks like the gold lead is going in the favor, if it's going to be supports, is it really going to enhance the team fight capability if the supports are having all the gold?
yeah. I mean, I told you in the late game team fights, the goal did. Yeah, it's gonna matter, but if you are stunned for 3 hours from a master's lesson from the something because of a Lyra ult, it's not gonna be easy anyway. And yeah, in the bot lane,
Looks like a
meanwhile,
rotation coming out now. The old Feng into the root bow onto Lavilo. Not going to land a stun, and now Lavilo going to look in trouble as he surely will go down to Choco and Neighbor. He's going to have to trade his life for this one, and now Kinetic, a bit off more than you can chew. Too far forward, will get killed under a turret. Now Fez taking turret shots after turret shot, almost going to die, and now it's going to be Sam Feng pulled in with a force accord. Baptiste having to block out. That is counter stun on No Soy No. Very good plays here coming out. Is Excalibur just going to snipe out one? They're playing too hard into his Finn, who just keeps squishing them into the ground.
Yeah. And now in the top lane, the Glaive going aggressive on the Lance. He has getting Glaive. I think there is anyway. I think that Lance has to be careful because I can tell you that if the Glaive takes down the turret, then it's gonna be a whole lot of problems for the Lance. But we see the rotation coming through from the Baptist, probably being in the voice chat screaming for help because he saw the Tiger just relentlessly pushing, but Choco
Definitely
gets
more
baited.
Choco too far. Lelouch also going low. The stun is going to land on two, but it's not going to land on Love Elo, who's going to snipe them all down. Love Elo. Adagio so strong when you feed an Adagio.
Yeah, and you have to praise the rotation coming out from the side of the Amorph Esports team who went on the top lane seeing that Glaive, as I told you, Glaive could have Turanier down on the lands. And so what they did is do the rotation and actually use that an advantage. And now even poking more.
For sure. Perhaps BruTo seems to getting too aggressive to force crucial out. Lavilo looking like he's in a wrong time in the wrong place. And now but it looks like Magnus just gonna get sniped down. He has to run for his life, stunning people to try and run away.
If they go
going
forward,
to have to burn away, but it's going to be the Lyra who caught on the back line, cannot run away from these slows. Choker trying to root some people up, will manage to find a route onto one member. Crucible's going to come out, but it's done, going to land from the Magnus. Now it's going to be fight for this top lane turret. Deadly, as they're going to push in this turret, and surely it will fall, and that's going to open up the map for some more plays. But Ren's coming in from the bot side. Choco looks like he's on too frontline for that one. As Ren's will manage to pick him up here. Now Noisa and Nomo perhaps come round the wrong way and has to run away from that one.
Oh, the Magnus
impaled and removed by the side of Lavilo. Lavilo can actually chunk out right now.
Yeah, Redbini hitting so many impales, popping off 2-0 and 4 on his lands. Now he has to be careful, something is there. But yeah, he's playing so good, and Lovilo, as I told you, if a target
gets... has to be careful, War Treads, just to escape from 4 members as they chunk down the time by the force accord. They're gonna land too late. And now that almost the Lyra paying for that mistake. Crucible will be gone as well, but it's done for no onto the Reds. The best name in view. Crucible going to come out. The Zanfeng not going to land. Lelouch now in trouble as he's on the front line. Fearsome Shade now going to land onto the Magnus. Take him out of the team fight. No, not going to get stunned out by the Impale though.
Yeah, and now with the Lyra and with the Magnus, they can look to poke a little bit down the side of BruTo, but actually Glaive and Rhyme on the Ghostwing.
On the Black Claw. We see this Black Claw going down. Unfortunately, nothing can be done as they zone him away. And
yeah, exactly.
First one going over to BruTo's side. And
yeah, Lyra and Magnus zoning them out in the choke point, and meanwhile Rhyme and Lance and Glaive were destroying the Black
We see the top lane as well, Deadly, getting pushed in. We see those turrets moving in, poor minion control. As now Lance is going to have to separate from the group to answer this Glaive.
But look at the bot lane.
Yes, certainly the bot lane going to push in for him, but Blacklaw still healthy-ish, going to go down to with that turret bow, going to get chunked down. To that turret damage, doing a lot of damage to that Blacklaw, and now has to get out of there, Lelouch, as he realizes Blacklaw is down. Choco having to be careful here. They just want the fight. They have to be so careful, though, of course, as they do have to respect this damage, which I think they realize now.
Look, the gold lead now though with the Black Claw going to getting killed.
I know a Black Claw taken, but still the gold now swings.
And
Negative
now,
gold from that Black Claw as Lavilo just going to force the core, not going to land on anyone. No, Lavilo Sanfengo onto 4 members. That was not Crucible Day, but no soy Nomo. Now going to stun up onto this kinetic. Crucible's just mistimed twice, and that's going to be your bot lane carry going down. Lavilo not in the right place, and that's going to be Magnus getting the kill. And now Rhymo going to slow people down. Binny rooted up. Excalibur trying to run away, and it's just a bloodbath. Unfortunately, Zalush will manage to find the Finn. Name of you going to get out of there. Binny going to also escape, but 2 members
yeah,
left. The TF3 turret, the only one
uh,
remaining. Looks like it could be the end of the game. They're trying to end it and get the series. Deadly Hollow, they're pushing down the final turret. Binny, best name of you, cannot fall now, or surely it will spell the end of the series. They're just going to get this turret for sure and back off, I would imagine.
yeah, like it's so sad that they couldn't block the something ult there. They had at least 2 crucibles. I think it was a matter of communication because it's a pretty
I
easy
mean,
ult to block.
I think it's
I
poorly
think
timed Crucibles because they're doing well. And you see that Crucible just come out slightly late on the kinetic and she gets stunned up and deleted in that team
yeah,
fight. Is the first to be killed.
yeah, like the problem was that I don't know, they didn't block it for no reason. They had 2 crucibles. That stun is easily blockable for these kind of players. I think it was a matter of like somebody said, "Hey, I'm gonna block this. Hey, I'm gonna block that," and then they did a mess in the team fight. I think, but
For
there is
sure.
some hope because Nomo are not the combos, right? And that's the worst part when you're facing a Lyra and a something.
Yeah, I mean, not seen the Lion and the Sand Feng combination come down though yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe just not confident enough to pull it off.
I mean, it's not a hard one, but yeah, you have to be confident enough to do it. It's when you miss.
When
So
you miss it, you look like a
yeah, you look
done
like
that.
oh my god, they can do it now. They can do
They
it now.
can. They can perhaps doing
They're
it now. They're
looking.
trying to do it, but the vision's there. They're not going to be able to
They
get
can
that
still do it.
surprise.
Yeah, they want to do it though. Like you can see that they want to.
You can see, but just not a vision quite yet for it. Now,
Yeah,
the engage surely going to come out very soon as 5 members each
I
side
think it's
going to
gonna
do
come out.
posturing.
I think it's gonna come out though because
The
oh
pull
the
though forced the cord Voltic not quite landing at Impale, unfortunately, just a bit of miscommunication, and he will run away from that fight, unfortunately. So
yeah.
that's a bit of a missed opportunity there to get a pick onto the mid lane
Yeah,
carry.
Baptiste had to ordained as soon as he got pulled. Oh, there
Pull
he
going to the
is!
Lyra and a sad
Uh,
thing as we about it all game, as it will be removing them from the map. As where did it go? It will be
uh,
3 members
and this is
are
GG.
gone, and that will be game. The Lyra and the Sad Feng combo. We talked about it all game, Deadly, and it will win the game for them, just as it did yesterday for the Midgets Gangs team. Unfortunately, didn't win that series, but it will be BruTo winning this series. Win again.
Uh, and actually, the score 1-2 to 21, 2-1 the series. A lot of twos and ones in this series, yeah. But I mean, what can we say about the draft? We said it from the beginning. The Lyra something ult combo is so strong. On the side of the Villa's team, we can see that Beanie actually had more gold than Rans, having a little bit to struggle with his kinetic, trying to build a breaking point, but he couldn't. And so, yeah, the bot lane not paying off, as I told you, something into kinetic is not actually one of the worst matchups because you can body block some of the A's that she's going to throw to stack her passive and you can use that to counter. So, yeah, in the end, the draft paying out. I mean, we could have guessed right almost all the 3 games we said like this is gonna win and then they won, this is gonna win and then they won, and even in the 3rd game another b-side draft that is going to pay off for the side of BruTo. And yeah, the draft winning the games, the sides of the draft winning the games, De Lara and the Samfeng winning the series for the BruTo's team.
For sure. It's going to be 2-1 We talk about I just don't think the draft was right. I think they had this mid lane time, right? They had this period in the game where they looked like they were coming back and BruTo were getting too aggressive, but unfortunately just couldn't finish the game off of those mid lane picks. They missed that pick on Voltic, so vital. That one in. Unfortunately, when Voltic got away, they could re-engage, and with all of those ultimate abilities used already by Lovilo to try catch down that Magnus, it was really no defense against that Sanfeng and Lyra combination.
Yeah, I mean the combo is, I won't say it's impossible to deal with, but it's for sure very 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 hard. And